So here's a question I don't see founders asking enough. If AI lets you build with a smaller team, who should own what you built? I think right now everybody is celebrating that 8 people can now do what 80 used to. And very few people are asking the follow-on. If the team is smaller, each person's slice should be bigger, not smaller. So let me show you how I actually model that on a real workflow in a couple of minutes. So let's start with what's actually happening. AI native startups are running some of the leanest teams we've ever seen, and the value each person produces is going through the roof. The top AI startups this year are posting revenue per employee around 5 times a typical software company. Some doing hundreds of millions in revenue with a dozen people. And the talent that builds this is getting paid a premium. PwC found that skills in AI now carry a 56% wage premium, and that premium doubled in a single year. So the value is concentrating into fewer people, and the market is already paying those people more. My point is quite simple. If the market pays in salary, it should show up in ownership too. And I want to show you why. The lazy read is that AI made people cheap. Smaller teams, so labor is worth less. Now, I do think it's kind of backwards. When 8 people generate what a department used to, each of those 8 is more irreplaceable, not less. The leverage didn't disappear. It's concentrated now in fewer hands. So I think the real question isn't how little can I give, it's how do I share the upside with the few people actually building it. So let's make that concrete. So this is a demo company I set up, Northstar Robotics. It's a US Delaware company, 8 people, post-seed. They're about to raise a Series A, so there's a real structure, though it's made up numbers. I'm going to ask my AI assistant in plain English to model a grant. So we're hiring a senior AI engineer as our 7th person, model a grant from our existing option pool, and show me the fully diluted impact. And it comes back with the whole thing. The company is fully diluted at 10 million shares. The option pool is 15%, and about 6% of it is still unallocated. So it will propose 1% for this hire. So 100,000 options. And the key part I want you to see is, because this is where founders often get it wrong, that 1% comes out of the pool we already have set aside. So it doesn't dilute the founders or the seed investors at all. If instead I expanded the pool, everybody gets diluted. So when you grant from the existing pool, nobody does. The grant itself is standard. So 100,000 options with the typical 4-year vesting and 1-year cliff, and then monthly vesting. The strike price is $1.20, which is the latest 409A fair market value. It relies on Rule 701, the exemption for private company employee equity in the US. And if this engineer ever early exercises, that's when the 83B election clock will start and you have 30 days. I'm not telling you what to grant, I'm showing you how I think it through and how the system does the math, so I can think about the person instead, which is really what matters. So here we can see what actually happens, kind of like the punchline. That same 15% pool at a 40-person company gets spread across 35 people. Your senior hire there will get maybe 1/3%. But at Northstar, 8 people, that hire gets a full 1%. So 3 times more for the same role. And it's not just generosity, that's simply the math of a lean team. So fewer builders means each builder's stake is bigger, and I think that's exactly how it should be. Technology concentrates the leverage. Ownership is how you keep it human, and you put it back in the hands of the people who made it. So that's what we spent our time on at Cake. If ownership is something you're working through, everything I just showed is live at cakeequity.com. So this is really about making a world where builders own what they built.